chance to introduce Dr. Dai Bo. Dr. Dai Bo graduated from Hohai University, majoring in hydraulic structure engineering, and studied under the supervision of academia Wu Zhongru of Chinese Academy of Engineering, and was once a visiting scholar to the National University of Singapore. He is committed to the scientific researches on safety assessment of hydraulic and hydropower projects, numerical simulation, and safety monitoring of hydraulic structures, etc. He has participated in key projects of the National Key Research and Development Program, National Natural Science Foundation of China, and major projects such as Jingping Cascade 1 hydropower plant and Xiangjiaba Dam as a key technical personnel. Now let's welcome Dr. Dai Bo to give us the lecture.来，布老师，您直接投屏就可以啊。戴波老师，您好像还是静音状态。现在开了，现在可以开了。
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dai Bo. It's my honor to give this presentation. Today's topic is Discover the Beauty of Dams. This presentation is divided into 3 parts. From the historical logic, we can learn dam history and human civilization. From knowledge logic, we can find the beauty of dams. From the practice logic, we can learn dam construction and management system. Let's turn to the first part, dam history and human civilization. As you can see from the figure, it's the distribution map of dams in the world. The darker the color, the greater the density of dams. There are some famous dams in the world, like Aswan Dam in Egypt, here, or Rivera Dam in USA, here. Itaipu Dam, Three Gorges Dam in China, and Nam Gam Dam in Laos. Let's turn to the next part, history of dams in the world. From 3 time scales, namely 3,000 years, 200 years, and 100 years. As you can see from this figure, the point A, in the early 1950s, China caught up with the total number of dams in the United States, which means that it took only a few years after 1949 to complete the journey of the United States in more than 100 years. You can see from the point B in the figure. In the early 1970s, the total number of dams in China was equal to the total number of dams in all other countries in the world. In the early 1980s, the total number of dams in China was 3 times that in the United States, accounting for 53% of the total number of dams in the world. In terms of the speed of dam construction, China built 563 dams every year in the 33 years from 1949 to 1982, which is incomparable to any other countries in the world. Let me show the ancient dams before mid to 19th century. The basic feature of ancient dams is that they were built by experience, whether gravity dams, arc dams, or earth rock dams. In the whole history of dam building, ancient dams took most of the time. It was the process of building these dams that people were able to accumulate many rich practical experiences in dam building, laying the foundation for the birth of modern dams. As you can see from the left figure, that's the ancient Egyptian Kafr Dam, about 25 kilometers south of Cairo. It was 102 meters long at its base and 87 meters wide. The structure was built between 2700 and 2600 BC as a diversion dam for flood control, but was destroyed by heavy rain during construction or shortly afterwards. The middle figure is Lake Homs Dam. It's a Roman-built dam near the city of Homs, Syria, which is in use to this day. The right figure is Merib Dam, the ancient Great Dam of Merib, first built in the 8th century BC. It was one of the engineering wonders of the ancient world and once located at the capital of the ancient kingdom of Saba. The dam was built to capture the periodic monsoon rains which fall on the nearby mountains and so irrigate the land around the city. Merib Dam has a very high historical status. The 10 riyal coins issued by the Central Bank of Yemen have the design of Merib Dam printed on them, especially the design of the national emblem of Yemen used the Merib Dam. As you can see from the bottom of the right figure. The achievements and progress of Spanish masonry dam technology have made important contributions to the development of dam engineering technology in the world and laid a practical foundation for the birth of modern dams in the middle of the 19th century. Tibi Dam, as you can see from the left figure, is an arc gravity dam with a maximum dam height of 42.7 meters, which was the highest dam in the world at that time. This record has been kept for 2 centuries. The middle figure is Ponte Alta in Italy. It's the first arc dam in Italy. It's located on the Fresina River, a tributary of Adige River. At the dam site, a small wooden dam was built in 1537 and was destroyed by flood in 1542. The river valley at the dam site is very narrow, so arc dam should be built. This dry masonry arc dam was built here between 1611 and 1613, with a height of 4.9 meters, a thickness of 2 meters, and an arc radius of 14 meters. Since then, the reservoir has been successfully heightened for 7 times due to serious sedimentation. The number of heightening is a record in the history of dam heightening. As you can see from the right figure, it's an Odin Corton Dam in USA. The dam building technology in the United States was spread by Spanish Christians. In order to supply water for New York City, the old Corton Dam was built in the Corton River from 1837 to 1842. And then a new Corton Dam with a height of 90 meters was built 5 kilometers downstream of the dam in 1892. The dam section is obviously more economical. The dam height continues to develop from mid-19th century to early 20th century. The dam height continues to develop, break through the situation that the ancient dam height remained below 50 meters for a long time and reduce the blindness. Common phenomena occur. For example, the gravity dam axis is generally designed as an arc bending towards the downstream. The basic feature of modern dams is that the design of dams began to be guided by theory, which is mainly reflected in the design of gravity dams and arc dams. France is the first country in the world to study and build modern dams. Zola Dam, as you can see from the left figure, it's the first arc dam designed with theory in the world, which is mainly built to protect the downstream important cities from the 380 floods. The Furens Dam, as you can see from the middle one, it's the first modern gravity dam in the world. The problems to be solved in the design are mainly the determination of dam type, limit stress value, dam section shape, and dam axis. This measure was adopted for dam built from 1882 to 1891. The dam is 41.5 meters and 411.5 meters long. It's used for urban water supply in Liverpool. It is the first dam in the world that has considered the uplift pressure of the dam body in its design. The contemporary dams show some characteristics. For example, dams are built all over the world. The number of dams is growing rapidly. High dams and large reservoirs are constantly emerging. The left figure is the Hoover Dam. It's a key project to comprehensively develop the water resources of the Colorado River in the United States, located in the Black Canyon in the junction of Nevada and Arizona. It has comprehensive benefits such as flood control, irrigation, power generation, shipping, and water supply. The middle figure is Etap Dam. It's located in the reach of Parana River. It's the first largest river in the world, with an annual runoff of 725 billion cubic meters, passing the border between Brazil and Paraguay. It is currently the second largest hydropower station in the world, co-built by Brazil and Paraguay, with generating units and power generation equally divided between these two countries. At present, there are 20 generating units, 700,000 capacity kilowatts each, with a total installed capacity of 14 million kilowatts and an annual power generation of 90 billion kilowatt hours, including 94.86 billion kilowatt hours in 2008. It is the second largest hydropower station in the world in terms of installed capacity. And the power generation second only to the Three Gorges hydro station in China. The left figure is Grand Dixon Dam. It's the world's highest concrete gravity dam. It is located on Dixensee River, a tributary of Rhine River in Switzerland, with a controlled drainage area of 357 square kilometers and a total reservoir capacity of 400 million cubic meters. The valley at the dam site is V-shaped. The maximum dam height is 285 meters. The dam crest is 695 meters long. The bedrock is a good granite, nice with good impermeability, but curtain grouting with a depth of 200 meters has been carried out. In order to adapt to the terrain and geological conditions, the dam axis is broken. Due to the large reservoir capacity and small water inflow, there is no other water release structure except the dam body, which has only one bottom outlet with a discharge of 10 cubic meters per second. The total installed capacity of several hydropower stations under the dam is 1.3 million kilowatts. The project was started in 1953 and completed in 1962. Let's turn to the next part, history of dams in China, from two time scales, namely 5,000 years and 100 years. The system is composed of 11 artificial dams, natural mountains, and spillways, including, as you can see from the left figure, the arc of high dam at the mouth of the valley, the left area of low dam on the plain, and you can see from the right part, area of low dam on the plain, causeway in front of the mountains. According to the preliminary estimates, the whole system forms a reservoir covering an area of about 13 square kilometers, with a storage capacity of more than 60 million cubic meters. It is the earliest site of a large-scale water conservation project discovered so far in China, and also one of the earliest dike systems discovered in the world. And as you can see from the left figure, you can also see the distribution of hydraulic system around the Liangzhu ancient city. This part will be introduced in details by another specific expert later. There is a large multi-functional hydraulic system around the Liangzhu ancient city, which is an important part of the ancient city planning. This system was built in 3000 BC. Anfengtang Reservoir is located 30 kilometers south of Shou County, Huainan City, Anhui Province. It was named Quebei in ancient times and was built in the period of the king of Chu Zhuang in the spring and autumn period. The time is between 613 to 591 BC by Sun Shuao, the prime minister of Chu. It is a famous large-scale irrigation project in Chinese history and still has a significant irrigation benefits. Dujiangye irrigation system, located on the Ming River in the west of Dujiangye, Chengdu, Sichuan province, west of Chengdu Plain, was built in the late years of King Zhao of Qing dynasty, about 256 BC to 251 BC. It's a large-scale water conservancy project organized and built by the prefect of Shu County, Li Bing and his son, on the basis of the work of their predecessors. It is composed of Yu Zui, as you can see from the figure, Fei Sha Yan, and the bottleneck channel. It has been playing a role in flood control and irrigation for more than 2,000 years. It is the world's oldest and only remaining water diversion characterized by dam frame. The right figure is a distribution of the buildings, the structures of the Dongjiangyan. Zhenguo Canal was built in the region of Emperor Yingzheng of Qing, 246 BC. At that time, Han was afraid of Qing, so it sent a hydraulic worker, Zheng Guo, to Qing to offer advice on canal building, thereby wasting Qing's manpower and wealth, so that to weaken Qing's army. This was counterproductive and made Qing more powerful. The records of his history, the Book of Rivers and Canals, record that when the canal was completed, water saved in the canal was used to irrigate more than 40,000 hectares to saline land, 1.1 million today, and the harvest was 100 kilograms per moon. Therefore, Guangzhou region became a fertile land without serious natural disaster. From then on, Qing became rich and powerful, and finally conquered other countries. Consider this, it was called Zhenguo Canal. Linqu Canal, known in ancient times as Dou River, Xin'an Canal, etc., was a great project created by the ancient Chinese people. It is located in Xin'an County, Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region, and was built for navigation in 214 BC. It flows from east to west, connecting the Haiyang River, the source of Xiangjiang River, flowing from south to north in the east of Xin'an County, and Darong River, the source of the Lijiang River, flowing from north to south in the west of Xin'an County. It is one of the oldest canals in the world and has the reputation of the pearl of ancient water conservancy buildings in the world. From the video and the figure, you can see the distribution of the Linqu Canal and the locations and so on. Let me show you 100 years of glory of dam development in China from 1900 to 1949. The first part is exploration. The first stage was from 1900 to 1949. There are only 21 dams higher than 30 dams in China, with a total storage capacity of about 28 billion cubic meters and a total installed hydropower capacity of 540,000 kilowatts. Flood is a serious disaster. Basically, torrential rain results in catastrophe, and light rain leads to a disaster, while no rain causes drought without advanced technology. The next stage is development. The second During this period, China was the most active country in the world in building reservoirs and dams. The number of dams above 30 meters has increased from 21 to 3,651, with the increased total storage capacity of about 298.9 billion cubic meters, and the total installed capacity of hydropower of 18.67 million kilowatts. The main purposes of dam construction are flood control and irrigation. Due to the constraints of technology, investments, and other factors, it is still relatively backward compared with development countries, and on the whole, although great achievements have been made. The third stage is leading. From the beginning of reform and opening up to 2000, marked by the construction of extremely large dams such as Ertan, as you can see from the left figure, it's Ertan hydropower station, which made a breakthrough in China's water conservancy and hydropower construction, from catching up with the world level to being internationally advanced and leading in many aspects. Many projects have withstood the severe test of the 1998 flood and the 2008 Wenchuan earthquake. The outstanding characteristics of the project at this stage are high design quality, fast construction, and sound safety. The expected goals have been generally achieved. The left video shows us the Xiaolangdi project. It's a key Chinese national project. It's located 40 kilometers north of the ancient city of Luoyang in central China's Henan province. The project is the largest of its kind on the Yellow River, and is second only to the Three Gorges project on the Yangtze River. Xiaolangdi is a multi-purpose project for flood control, ice control, drainage, industrial, and municipal water supply, and hydroelectric power. The fourth stage is creation. Since the 21st century, China has entered the fourth stage of independent innovation and leading development, marked by the Three Gorges project and the South to North water transfer project put into operation. The successfully completed projects such as Xiaowan, Longtan, Shuibuya, and Jinping the first level set new world records in construction technology. At this stage, China have focused on the safety of giant projects, super high dams, and environmental protection. China was an international leader in many fields. Meanwhile, China also fully participated in the international water conservancy and hydropower construction market, with over half of the international market share. Let me show you three typical Chinese hydropower stations. The first one, as you can see, Three Gorges hydropower station. It's a gravity dam. Baihetan Hydropower Station. Baihetan Dam is an arc dam. Xianzheng Hydropower Station is a gravity dam. It's designed the first time all by Chinese people. Now, let me give you some comprehensive understandings of south to north water transfer project. At first, you may ask, why do you construct south to north water transfer project? In terms of per capita water resources, the most water scarce place in China is not the Northwest Desert in our impression, but the North China Plain, especially in Beijing, Tianjin, Hubei provinces. The per capita water resources are even far below the extreme water shortage red line in international standards. Many people also do not know that we are also facing the problem of water shortage due to water quality. The Yellow River, Huaihe River, and Haihe River flowing through the North China Plain were once the regions with the worst surface water quality in China, as you can see from the middle figure, which can almost be said to be all rivers are dry and all water is polluted. Therefore, for a long time in the past, people can only overexploit groundwater to meet water demand, which brings about the problem of groundwater over exploitation. So, can we allocate water resources from the south to supply the north? This is the idea of south to north water transfer. Then we find that it's a very hard project. Our second step is tailor the construction so that people can intuitively feel all aspects considered in the engineering design and the difficulty of completing the project. After all, a super project that has gone through 50 years of demonstration, planning, and more than 10 years of construction can never be as simple as Peking once had. For example, in the East Line project, we hope people can see how we use the 13-stage pump station to lift the water in the Yangtze River by nearly 40 meters, so that the water can flow high. And you can see from the left GIF and the right figure. In the middle line project, how do we make an old dam that had been serviced for 40 years, taller by 14.6 meters, and build a new line of 1,400 kilometers long, so as to realize the whole safe flow? Now, let me show you behind the scenes stories. In addition to project construction, behind the south to north water transfer project, there are some super projects that ordinary people cannot see. For example, it is also a pollution control and water source protection project. As we know, at the beginning of the construction of the East Line project, only one section along the line met the Class 3 standard for surface water, which was basically unable to be used as drinking water source. Therefore, adequate water pollution control must be carried out. For the Middle Line project, it is also necessary to shut down various highly polluting industries in the upstream basin to improve the water quality of the water source. It is also a resettlement project, as you can see from this figure. For example, in order to store water in Danjiangkou Reservoir in the former slide, 340,000 people be farewell to their ancestral homeland and went to strange land to rebuild their homes. What we hope readers can see what we hope audiences can see is how every village, household, room, land, were fruit-free in the relocation area is investigated, counted, and one by one. In the immigration area, how to build new immigrant villages and how to squeeze out some of the limited arable land for distribution to immigrants. We also hope that people can realize that every ordinary person is a contributor to such a super project. In addition, there are various cultural relics and historic sites threatened by inundation that must be rescued for excavated. Therefore, the South to North Water Transfer Project is also a cultural relic protection project. Finally, the South to North Water Transfer Project is an ecological compensation project. For example, we will tell you how the supporting Xinglong Water Control Project and the Yangtze River Diversion Project can prevent the lower reaches of the Hanjiang River from affecting farmland irrigation and watershed ecology on both banks by storing water in the upstream and replenishing water in the downstream. Behind this super project, countless projects that we had never noticed work together to ensure the water supply in more than 40 large and medium-sized cities, including Beijing, Tianjin, Zhengzhou, and so on, and more than 5 million people throughout North China, and the long history of drinking high fluoride water and brackish water. Invisible super projects are miracles created by countless people. Now, let's turn to the new part, beauty of dams. There are various functions of dams, like flood control, irrigation, water supply, electricity generation, travel, and shipping. For flood control, with the development of hydropower and water conservation development and utilization technology, the development and utilization of modern reservoirs are changing from the defensive type to the risk management type. How to make full use of flood resources and play the role of reservoirs in regulating the water environment is a higher standard for modern reservoirs proposed by sustainable development. As for the irrigation function, with further growth of population, the demand for food is increasing. For countries and regions mainly engaged in agriculture, drought will reduce grain production or even cause to harvest, leading to famine, poverty, economic contraction, and social unrest. Through the regulation and storage of water resources by the reservoir dam, the seasonal river will become perennial river, thus ensuring sufficient water for irrigation, effectively alleviating drought, improving food production, and maintaining social stability. Water supply. The water actually available to human beings. the water actually available to human beings is only 0.3% of the total water volume of the Earth. In recent years, water shortage has occurred frequently and then has spread from local areas of a few countries to the whole world. More and more conflicts and disputes between countries and regions have been caused by water. Water shortage has become a major problem that has plagued the global economic and social development and peace process. The construction of a dam can effectively solve this problem through peak regulation and drought compensation and annual water balance can be maintained so that downstream water can be guaranteed, especially in the dry season or drought situation. The reservoir can also be used as a water source for water diversion projects to solve the problem of water shortage in areas far from rivers. Power generation. Energy is one of the main factors affecting regional sustainable development. And sustainable development is mainly to reduce the consumption of non-renewable resources. Traditional thermal power generation consumes a large amount of non-renewable raw coal resources. With the development of the economy, energy consumption continues to increase. If we do not seek new energy, we will face an energy crisis. The hydropower resources are renewable sources. According to statistics, the theoretical reserves of hydropower resources in China reach 676 million kilowatts, and the annual power generation can reach 1.92 trillion kilowatts hour. Abundant hydropower resources can ease energy tension and play a very important role in accelerating economic development and provide a reliable basis for regional sustainable development. For example, we can visually see the comparison of anti-seepage performance before and after soil compaction, as you can see from the left figure. And the difference of anti-seepage performance between the earth dam, the middle one, and the rock-filled dams, the right figure through these pictures. On this basis, we can better understand why we need to add various anti-seepage structures when building rock-filled dams, such as core dams or inclined dams. This is the inclined dams made of soil, or even face plates made of concrete. We call this concrete face. The typical example is the Shuibuya Dam. Now, let me introduce the gravity dams. We use models to show that gravity dams are, this is the gravity dam. This is the left one is slate gravity dams, and the right one is hollow gravity dams. Through these three pictures, we can see that the wide applications of gravity dams in many big rivers. As you can see, this is the left is Xiangjiaba hydropower station, the left is Xin'anjiang hydropower station, and the right is Shangyoujiang hydropower station. These are all gravity dams. The next one is arc dams. The typical example is Wudongde hydropower station. Similarly, in the form of water, we can intuitively show why the arc dam can greatly reduce the use of materials and costs while achieving sufficient strength. What are the differences between double curved arc dam and single curved arc dam? They can be simply consciously and presented through model illustration. It is believed that ordinary people can easily understand how we built 100,000 dams through this schematic structure diagram, and what are their characteristics and differences. And some people may say, I feel that I have taken the courses of hydraulic structures again. However, the school curriculum can take a semester to ponder and study. The popular science in the new media era must impress audiences within half an hour. The figure shows the natural infrastructure for water management, investing in nature for multiple objectives. Natural infrastructure represents the services provided by ecosystem, which are similar to those provided through construction and traditional infrastructure methods. The composition, structure, and function of the natural infrastructure in the river basin, as well as the way it interacts with the built infrastructure, determine the generation of main services and common benefits. Now let's turn to the last part, dam construction and management. At first, let me show you some typical projects in countries around the Mekong River basin. The Namungang 4 and 5 hydropower station in Laos. The Myitsone Dam and Yewa hydropower stations in Myanmar. Sirikit hydropower station and Pumipom hydropower station in Thailand. This is the second level hydropower station and Kirilong hydropower station in Cambodia. Songla hydropower station and Heping hydropower station in Vietnam. There are also some typical projects in 10 SM members. As you can see, the Bekong hydropower station in the bottom in Malaysia, and the Marina barrage in Singapore. There are also safety risks of dam operation, especially the safety of hydropower project. High dams in Europe and America have experienced safety problems successfully. For example, the Cambrian Arc Dam is 200 meters high in Austria. France Marpessat Arc Dam bricked. Teton Dam bricked in the USA. The dam is 93 meters high. Accident of Sayano-Shushenskaya power station in Russia. It's 242 meters high. Destroyed Orivia chute in the USA. it's 235 meters high. Ziller Arc Dam in Austria is 186 meters high. And the banks slope instability of Vaiance Dam in Italy. It is very famous, as you may know. Europe, the United States, and the former Soviet Union lead at a high cost. The safety problem of high dams and large reservoirs has typical characteristics of smaller probability of big disaster. Overhead tailing ponds refer to the 1 kilometer from the toe of initial dam to the downstream tailings flow path. There are 1,112 overhead tailing ponds with high risks in China, involving more than 400,000 downstream residents. Let me show you some typical accidents. In 2007, the 1125 tailings dam break of Haicheng Western Dingyang Mining Company in Anshan City, Liaoning Province, caused 18 deaths. In 2008, the 98 series 980 tailings dam break of Xintang Mining Corporation in Xiangfen County, Linfen City, Shanxi Province. Shanxi Province caused 277 deaths and 4 disappearances, resulting in a direct economic loss of RMB 96.192 million. On September 21st, 2010, the tailing dam of Yingyanting Mine in Zijing Mining Corporation, located in Xinyi County City, Guangdong Province, suddenly causing 22 deaths. The above 4 dam breaks of tailings ponds in China also result from production safety responsibility accidents, which are man-made disasters rather than natural disasters. The last one, on January 21st, 2019, an accident occurred in the tailings dam of Vare, Brazil, resulting in more than 350 deaths on this. Vare rings again. Let me show you the standard of policy, law, and regulation. ICOLD proposed research on dam safety legislation, technical framework, dam classification, owner's responsibility, etc. As you can see from the left figure, the bottom is the regulations, the laws. The middle one is the responsibilities. The left is technology framework. The right is the dam classifications. The bottom is safe and ecological dams. It's the figure of components of dam safety. The United States, Switzerland, Britain, and other developed countries have national dam safety laws. Most countries take the 4 eyes principle as the basis of dam supervision, including the self-supervision of the dam owner or operator, and the independent supervision of a third party. In 1800 BC, King Hammurabi of the Babylonian dynasty issued laws, including punishment regulations for dam maintenance personnel. Let me show you the comparison of dam safety management between China and the USA. As for China, there are 98,566 reservoirs or dams. As for the USA, there are 91,468. The average age of Chinese dams are 50 years. On contrast, the USA's dams average age is 57 years. According to the safety conditions of the project, it can be divided into class 1 dams. It means normal dams. Class 2 dams, dams with problems, and class 3 dams, dangerous dams. As for the USA, according to the size of risk, it's divided into 5 grades from normal to near damage. The safety management before 1978, management is weak. Gradual establishment and improvement of management system from 1979 to 1999. Equal emphasis on engineering measures, risk elimination and reinforcement, and non-engineering measures. System reform since 2000. As for USA, it develops from the initial stage to the transitional stage to the period of legalized and scientific management since 1986. At present, it is not systematic and professional. Technical training has been carried out systematically for many years, and over 9,000 people accepted in USA. There are 14,000 reservoir dams in Canada, and different operation and management requirements are proposed according to the risk level. For the grave case, once a week. For the site inspection, once every half or 1 year for formal inspection. As for instrument monitoring, you may need to read the OMS manual. Detection of water release facilities, floodgates, and other mechanical devices. You need to check once a year. EPP need to be updated. The address book every 6 months. Operation, maintenance, monitoring manual need to be reviewed once every 7 to 10 years. Dam safety review need to be conducted once every 5 years. As for the serious, less serious, and the least serious cases, you can see from this table. Now, let's turn to the next slide. Switzerland focusing on the dam safety management concept of structural safety, continuous safety monitoring, and emergency plan. A 4-level regulatory system has been established for operators, senior engineers, field experts, and regulators to ensure dam and public safety. As you can see from the right figure, it's the 4-level system of dam safety supervision in Switzerland. It consists of 5 levels Level 1, dam operator. Level 2, experienced engineer. Level 3, expert engineer, like civil or geological. And level 4, regulatory authority. As for China, the dam safety concept of structure safety, continuous safety monitoring, and emergency planning, it's something like the PDCA, plan, do, action, and change. Switzerland centralizes small dams for combined and management to solve the problem of insufficient capital resources in organizational management. Spain centralizes the reservoir dam basin for combined management and strengthens non-engineering measures such as monitoring, prediction, and early warning. The left figure shows us the asset management portfolio model of small dam owners in Switzerland. The left figure shows us the combination model of reservoir dam groups in Spain, and it's the integral monitoring space dams from 2010 to 2019. On March 14, President Xi proposed 16 character water control idea, which means that water is the mother of all things and the patient of survival and the source of nation. So security is a major issue involving the long stability of the country. The whole party vigorously in the awareness of water crisis, attach importance to solving water security issues. From the strategic height of building a moderately prosperous society in all aspects and realizing the sustainable development of the Chinese nation. Water control should change from changing and conquering nature to adjusting human behavior and correcting human wrong behavior. Lessons we have learned: all dam breaks and accidents can be attributed to human factors. Adjust people's behavior and correct wrong behavior through strong supervision. Strengthen daily operation, maintenance, patrol inspection. Enhance professional technical training for management personnel and improve their ability to identify dangerous situations. Now, I'll introduce you the planning and design. The BIM technology can help to realize the three-dimensional hub scheme layout and construction planning of the project. You can see from the left figure, it's a simulation of dam body combined with a quick and intuitive modeling and analysis function of M. It can easily, quickly to help to lay out the construction site plan. As you can see from the right figure, the BIM plus GIS visualization effect. And it can effectively transfer the design intent and conduct multi-scheme comparison and selection. Considering the shortage of intelligent analysis method for multi-source information in dam safety analysis at present, dynamical association between 3D spatial model and multi-source heterogeneous fusion information is established by comprehensively using BIM and 3D GIS technology and an interactive intelligent visualization method source information of dam coupling, beam, and gist is proposed. The intelligent building system involves a wide range with various types and is a huge system project. The basic architecture consists of the perception layer, network layer, data layer, platform layer, application layer, and system integration interface. The perception layer is the data source of intelligent building system, adopts data transmission protocol to support the application of complex network environments. Data layer is the data storage center of intelligent system. The platform layer takes a basic platform of intelligent building system as the core. The application layer includes PC business, mobile business, large screen monitoring, decision analysis, mobile query, WeChat, and other application systems. The system integration interface is for integration with other automation systems, monitoring system, business system, management system, etc., reflecting their scalability and integration. The left video shows the. Now let me show you the operation maintenance. Cloud service system for management and analysis of dam safety monitoring data based on cloud platform. It's composed of data acquisition, instrument management, data analysis, statements, patrol inspection, project management, preliminary construction of big data-driven disease diagnosis system, big data technology for data association analysis. It's based on decision tree algorithm, random forest regression, statistical method, or GPT algorithm, and so on. Intelligent abnormal data detection. As I may emphasize that we have constructed the dam safety management system for long, and it's under operation now. Relying on the national key research and development project on 13th five-year plan, we independently developed the Yulong deep water detection submersible for the dam, which provides new technical means and equipment for deep water detection, repair, reinforcement of high dams and reservoirs, and was selected as a key achievement of the national 13th five-year innovation achievement exhibition. A complete set of technical equipment for deep water detection of dams with independent intellectual property rights has been developed and successfully demonstrated in Xianjiang and Jinping, the first ever hydro station. As you may see from the left figures, it's the self-developed Yulong deep water detection and submersible for the dam. It's the first time to achieve a breakthrough in manned submersible equipment in complex deep water environments in the water conservancy and hydropower industry, forming the experience of deep water detecting, repairing, and reinforcement. It is of several key technologies of manned submersible for the detection of dam, hovering operation, attachment cleaning, leakage tracing, laser ranging, etc. President Xi, as you can see from this picture, visited the National 13th Five-Year Innovation Achievement Exhibition. Minister Lu Guihua inspected Yulong. Now, let me introduce the emergency management, intelligent decision support system for dam safety. It consists of 6 simulation system of dam break process, multi-condition flood evolution model, real-time life loss estimation model based on big data, cloud computing management platform of safe operation in reservoir dam, risk-based differential management model for dam safety. And the last one is emergency plan preparation system based on concern. As for the intelligent manageability of the reservoir dams, through perception, comprehensive interconnection, deep integration, wide sharing, intelligent application, and ubiquitous service. We need to optimize resource allocation, as you can see the core of the circle. It consists of information sharing, business collaboration, multi-source information fusions, and then we need to improve management ability, as you can see from the figure. Intelligent monitoring, intelligent diagnosis, and at last, but not the least, we need to support emergency decision making, which is based on emergency perception, risk identification, and emergency response. The right figure is a flowchart or the diagram of intelligent management of reservoir dam. Water conservancy projects generally have multiple functions and comprehensive benefits, but the direct reasons for building them in different times vary. The direct reason in the agricultural area is the demand for agricultural development. The industrial area is the demand for, in the post-industrial era, is transforming towards the demand for people's livelihood. Smart water management system incorporated into the national strategic system. The smart water management system in the United States, Australia, Singapore, and other countries are sound with mature data systems. Large-scale smart applications have been formed with prominent predictive function and significant disaster reduction benefits. Now, we need to achieve the digital empowerment, watershed management, based on the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and cloud platform technology, and monitoring technology, yes, and sky and Earth integration is realized, as you can see from the right figure. Yeah. Connecting information covers all aspects of reservoir dams: hydrology, geology, water conservancy facilities, meteorology, and river courses, covering physical conditions, digital twins, etc. And for the digital empowerment, it also needs functional evaluation, complete set of intelligent sensing, risk identification, and emergency response technology for reasonable dam emergencies. Deeply excavate the multi-factor errors in dam break accidents and analyze the root causes of dam break accidents. Achieve intelligent perception of emergencies, accurately evaluate the expected consequences caused by emergencies. As you can see, the top figure, it shows the how do we calculate the probability of the typical failures. Achieve perception of emergencies and accurately evaluate the expected consequences caused by emergency. Guide the reservoir to make the best response according to the possible expected consequences of the risk. And you can see from the bottom, it shows the catastrophic environment coupled with human factor. The human factor we have introduced in the former slide. At last, I want to emphasize that better dam, better life. That's all. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Dai, for your great presentation, which is really very detailed and very well organized. And now we are still a little ahead of time. So first of all, we will leave a few minutes for participants to consider and see if there is any question you want to raise to Dr. Dai, because this is a great opportunity for you to have the chance to raise questions to a very senior expert in this area. Yeah, maybe we will have a maybe we'll have a few minutes break, like 7 minutes break, and we can come back at about 4:30. And then our participants, if you have any question. Yeah.戴博，我们先等一下啊，看看那个学员们还有没有什么问题。
好的。
对，
静个音，喝个水。
对我说我们中间其实也没有休息过啊。对，如果说那个需要先休息一下，我们也可以先等学员们想一下有没有什么问题。对，
好的。好。
对。
那其实后面可以把它分成2个部分，一个部分讲45分钟差不多。这样给中间休息15分钟。
对，对，这个也没事儿，我们就请学员们先思考一下有没有问题啊，一会儿我再问他们一下。
好嘞，好，没事儿，我
对，
依旧在线啊，我先静音哈，
好的。 戴博，您看到一个问题了吗？就我们的聊天框里面说 ，Is it possible to visit dams in China?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's my pleasure. You know, as COVID-19 pandemic continues, so if it will release sometime later, we will introduce the new participants to visit these typical dams in China. "这样回答可以吗？ Oh, I see. Actually, I do not know the accurate pronunciation of Kunak Hongwen. You're also a PhD student of Honghai University. Yeah. As for the question, you can analyze the percentage of damaged dams due to natural causes and human impacts. It's a very good question. But first, you need to learn some dynamical analyze finite element analysis methods, and then you can calculate some specific dams under the natural causes and human impacts. Actually, we are proposing a research plan. Just anyways, it's under the topic of the analysis of the damaged dams under the natural causes and human impacts. What types of simulation systems do you use for dam break analysis? At first we will use the dam break analysis model or the software developed by our colleagues. If we cannot achieve the specific aims of the analysis, we will use some, some mechanical softwares. Thank you for directing. As for the question, all dam breaks and accidents can be attributed to human actors.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Dai. And I can see Dr. Xiang Yan is also answering questions in the chat box. Thank you as well.
Okay.
And Yeah, and due to COVID-19, we're only able to hold the workshop training course online, but we do look forward to offline, training course when we can meet in person. And during the offline training courses, we will arrange online tour to dams such as Three Gorges Dam and other dams of big, small, or medium scale. So we do look forward to on-site visit to dams when the situation gets better. And do we have any more questions for Dr. Dai? Because it's a good opportunity for you to, to learn and ask questions from my first senior expert. Yeah, if we don't have any question for now, we will call it the end of this presentation. And you are always welcome to send your question to us if you have any after this course, and then we will share the question with Dr. Dai, and then we'll make sure you get an answer. And so if no more questions for now, we will call it end of this lecture. And we'll thank you very much, Dr. Dai.
Fine. Thank you for your consideration. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all very much. And dear participants, our next session will be a online discussion of green development of hydropower starting from 6 p.m. China time. So, you may take a break, and we will be back in about 1.5 hours. See you later.
See you later. Thank you.
See you later.